Hello, welcome to the Shield News. I'm your host, Aniki.
And I'm Colin.
And today we have two stories.
I've done it! I've finally done it!
Did you get enough sleep, man?
What's going on?
Just follow me! I figured out how to bring them all back! It's time to bring them all back.
What if it's too soon?
No, I went through 6 months of Zoom classes. It almost killed me. It almost killed all of us. Their return is inevitable. Wait, oh, hold on. Holy, what the? What are the maps?
Where am I?
Oh, hey guys. Hi. Okay.
Are you blind? Can you watch where you're going?
Okay, look at me, look at me. It's gonna be okay. Just stay calm. Actually, I need you to hold this real quick, okay? Okay, don't panic. You guys are gonna be okay.
But what about Zoom?
There is no more Zoom. No more awkward breakout rooms. No more back problems. We're all gonna be okay. All right? Now come on. We got some work to do.
Okay, I guess we're hosting now. Welcome back to the Shield. I'm Tristan.
Oh, and I'm Flash.
And today we're going to be talking about the boys basketball team. Wait, that's not it?
In today's episode, we're covering our new principal, the Visible Ink, Ewing, BSU, Theater, and last but not least, the Spring Break skit.
Well, first, let's see where our new principal is.
A new principal is coming to Nicolet on July 1st, 2021. So I decided to ask students what their expectations in the new principal.
I'd say somebody who is compassionate and understanding and empathetic for its students, for our students here at the school. And I feel like somebody who also is determined and, has a certain strive to really push forward in actions that we know need to be upheld in the school instead of, just trying to, please people and instead of, actually doing stuff that we actually need to be done. So I feel like more of that aspect of trying to push forward with stuff and then understanding where we are as students to help us in certain decisions that need to be made.
I think what would make a good principal is not just listening to the staff and the teachers, but specifically the students. If this a student approaches the principal or the staff with an issue more or less a serious one, that they should take it seriously and listen to them and react appropriately.
I also asked students what they do not want in the new principal.
I'd say a people pleaser, or just somebody who really does desire wanting to please the students and do what's best for us instead of just giving us a statement or giving us just something to kind of hold on to without it actually being beneficial to us.
I wouldn't want a principal who's harsh or who is really strict.
I know that just gives off mean vibes, like someone that isn't approachable.
Somebody who doesn't check in with the students and just sits around and is very independent and doesn't talk to anybody and walk around the school and see how everybody's doing.
Same students expect a lot from the new principal, and I'm sure students are looking forward to seeing him in the school this coming summer. I'm Aniki from Nicolet Shield News. Back to you.
Hopefully we don't give our principal too much trouble.
Hopefully you don't give our principal too much trouble.
Okay. Anyways, let's see how visible this ink really is.
Nicolet's Visible Ink is a literary magazine that compiles student-submitted poetry, short stories, and artwork. In this piece, I read through excerpts from Sally Jutner's The Captain and David Van de Wettering's Knife Sports. I hope you enjoy. Log of Captain Jennifer Crossley in command of the USS Phantasm. The date is November 6, 2136. Our navigator, Simon Chaz, has died. I've taken over navigation. Doctors Martinez and Monrovian examined the body, and thankfully they didn't find anything suspicious, and they think it was natural causes. His body is in stasis in the cargo bay. I went down to see him today. The last time I saw him, I didn't think he could get any paler. But he is. The frost on his skin almost makes him look like a wax dummy. I realize now how full of life he used to be. I am sorry, Simon. And Log. Children will learn that in order to survive in this world, they need to fight, but in order to thrive, they need to kill. Students who show the least amount of cuts at the end of a day of gym class will be at the top of our social hierarchy because they are clearly more fit than others, and those who are more fit are more deserving of our respect, while those who are not as fit are deserving of our scornful spit. And they will also all receive A's, A+ being very alive, A- being mostly alive, and A's being just alive. All others will receive D's, D-, so long commie coward, D, mostly dead, and D+. They're still alive, but at this point, is the electricity bill even worth keeping them plugged in? If you would like to read the rest of those stories, or many more great stories included in Visible Ink, go to the Nicolet Library's website where you can find a digital copy, or contact Miss Mueller for a physical copy. If you would like to submit something, contact Miss Mueller or Mia Lima for more information. Thank you, and back to you.
Well, that was pretty fascinating.
Yeah, those stories were really interesting to hear.
Now, let's test your perfect pitch as we listen in to our next story in the Ewing.
Welcome to Nicolet Theatre. Oh wait, you guys can't hear me. Now that's better. Welcome to the Ewing, or more specifically our very own auditorium. You can find many musical opportunities here from beginner to expert level. So if you want to jump right into something music related, come on down to the Ewing.
Down this hall, we've got the band room with Mr. McDowell. We've got symphonic band, concert band, and songwriting, and much more. But that's not all the music education we have in the Ewing hallway. We've also got the orchestra room with Mr. Hoffman. We've got chamber orchestra, philharmonia, and symphonia, all right in this hallway. Take a look.
Pretty cool, huh? Right across the hall from the orchestra room, we have individual practice rooms where students can independently hone their skills.
Oh, you know, instruments aren't the only way that people can make music here. We've also got choir with Miss Schumann downstairs, where students can practice singing and develop their vocals.
And finally, we have our theater, which you saw at the beginning. Here we host our very own plays and musicals, as well as classes you can take such as acting and tech theater with Miss Lenz and Miss Anderley.
And that just about wraps up everything you need to know about Ewing. For any additional information, contact any of the Ewing teachers or talk to your counselors to figure out which classes are best suited for you. We hope to see you next year.
Man, I sure do love music.
Wait, Flash, don't you play music?
As a matter of fact, I do. I play...
Well, okay, that was fun. Now, let's see what Black Student Union has to offer.
Diversity of staff and administration is something that Nicolet is striving for. I spoke with Jamie Hollyfield, Nicolet teacher and Black Student Union advisor, who is working with the administration on improving the diversity at Nicolet.
We are a very diverse school. We are in that unique position as a suburban school with that diversity. And I think as we diversify our student population, we really need to reflect that within our staff. I know the administration has put that as one of their primary agendas to make sure that they're upholding and adhering to. So I've been included, at least recently, on being included on interviews for staff that's being hired for the fall. So looking at that with an equity lens, and that might include looking at interview questions, making the committee that's selecting or making decisions more diversified and having those perspectives. And I know students have been involved in doing the group interviews with the principal position as well. So when you see somebody in a position of not only authority that you respect, that understands where you're coming from, that kind of speaks the same language that you do, but also can relate to issues that you're facing. That obviously it helps to engage those students to feel like they're more a part of the school community if they have more people that look like them in a position of authority. I would say that I think that we're making some huge strides towards the work that we've been doing. So even looking back since I was a student here, I really feel like we've significantly increased the workload towards equity. We've put kind of all these ideas together as far as personalized learning, universal design for learning, or UDL, backwards design for learning, together, and kind of from these solo pieces putting it together under the equity of or under the umbrella of equity. So I do think this is the first time that we've really kind of started to put the pieces together and have intrinsically looked and reflected on ourselves, but also on how we're doing things in the classroom and in the school to really evaluate the things that need to change.
Although Nicolet still needs to improve its diversity of staff and administration, they are starting to make some progress.
Are you musically inclined?
Do you enjoy watching talented people dance, act, and sing?
Well, let's see what theater has in store for you.
In previous years, Nicolette Theatre has put on many shows, but due to COVID-19, they haven't been able to perform like they have in the past. Despite all obstacles, they are still pushing through and putting on a musical this spring called The Theory of Relativity. How did they come to this decision?
As we watched the year progress, that's how we came to the conclusion that we thought, you know what, I think we can do it in person with the actors, but not the audience yet. The biggest struggle is that this isn't how we do shows. We normally have 40 to 50 people on the cast. We don't like saying no to kids when it comes to the musical, so trying to come up with a show that had a smaller cast was really hard for us. When we selected it, I didn't want to choose a show that wouldn't translate to Zoom in case we had to go to Zoom. This show itself, though, when I read it, it worked on two levels. It worked in terms of the genre, and then it also worked in terms of being symbolic of the time frame we're in. We are filming the show. We're going to film it over the course of 3 to 4 days, and then Mr. Dix and his wonderful students are going to cut it together, and then we will stream it in May at some point. A link will be available once we are done with the film, but that's all we know at this point. Just know that in May, there will be a musical. I hope that audiences feel the joy that we have felt in putting it together. It's been so important for us to get back in the theater and to get back working together. I hope they can sense that joy, but I also hope they get a sense of that idea that yes, we are all individuals, but we all need each other so desperately to get us to the next day. I think they're going to be on a roller coaster of emotions as well. At the very end of the show, I suspect they're going to be tears of joy.
Thank you for joining us, Miss Anderly. We are so excited for this show's release. Keep your eyes on the Nicolette Theatre website for updates. I'm Lucy Norris, signing off.
Well, I'm pretty excited to see The Theory of Relativity. How about you? Alright, well, as for our last story, Tatiana, with the collaboration of Anarchy, has developed a skit about spring break.
Well, back to school, man.
Yeah, it's been something, man. But you know what? Ever since we got back, there's been so much I had to do lately. Because now that we're in person, I have to do the schoolwork. I got volleyball. I got friends to hang with, and not to mention my family too. It's been a workload. And you know what? My parents have been acting pretty weird recently.
Yeah, same with my parents. I have a lot of stuff on my plate right now. Just hope I don't get enough work. I hope I don't get this much work, that's gonna stress me out, man.
Yeah, I hope so.
Right, well, hello class. So Thanksgiving break is coming up and we have a lot of work to do before then. So we need to finish the book that you're reading now and your essay is due on Friday. And moving on, after break we're starting a new book, so I want you to read the first 3 chapters before we come back and be prepared for an assessment when we come back.
All right, class, we're going to go over today what you need to do for the big project that's due right after break. I've got it right here for you. Again, it's due right after break. When we get back, we're going to do the big presentation on this, so you want to make sure you have it done. Once we talk about this big assignment, you're going to have time to study for the big test on the Friday right before break. So we'll get this in your hands.
All right, class, we have a quiz on Monday and a test on Friday before we head off for spring break. You're also going to have this homework packet to do over break to start the next unit. We're going to go over the stuff you need to know for the test right after I hand this out.
Man, I'm gonna be so happy this summer, right? Man, I'm just too stressed out for this, man.
Dude, this year's been painful. I mean, like, it's just mentally draining, man. And why do they assign us so much homework? I mean, why don't we just like get the work done in this class period and not have to do it like at home or next period? It's annoying.
Yeah, I agree. I really need a mental break too, man. I mean, good thing summer's coming around, right, man?
Yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot. Before we leave for summer break, here is your summer reading packet. You need to make sure that you fill this out after reading the entire book. And after finishing that, you need to pick a book of your choice.
Man, that reminds me. I have a 5-page essay due tomorrow.
Dude, seriously? I have to read like 10 books before summer break.
Nah, I just wanted your attention.
Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the Night Vision Network. And have a great day, Nicolet.